Welcome into Celtics Today. I am Will Scott. We have some breaking news. The Boston Celtics have signed Jake Layman to a training camp deal. Now they have 19 of 20 spots filled for training camp. Bobby Manning was the first to report it. Source to CLNS Media. Jake Layman will be joining the Celtics on a training camp deal with the chance to make the roster. The 6-year veteran forward who played for the Timberwolves over the last 3 seasons after starting his career with the Portland Trail Blazers. And folks, this is why you should subscribe. We're a year-round channel here at Celtics Today. Regardless of where I'm at, if news breaks, we're going to get you guys a video, major signing, minor signing like this. We got you covered. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button. Help us get to 13,000 subscribers. Let's talk about Jake Layman. Because another reason you should subscribe is because we talked about this guy as a potential Danilo Gallinari replacement when Gallo got hurt. Played in 34 games with the Timberwolves last season. Grew up in Norwood, Massachusetts, so he's a local kid coming home here. Attended King Phillip Regional High School before playing for the University of Maryland from 2012 to 2016. 243 career games played through 6 NBA seasons. Here's what he's done throughout his career. 4.8 points per game, 1.7 rebounds per game, 46% field goal percentage, 30% from three-point range for Layman in his career. I want y'all to go down and grade the signing. Type A, B, C, D, or F down in the comment section. It is the pinned comment on today's video. Go and reply to it when you get a second. Grade the signing. Type A, B, C, D, or F. Here's what Bobby Manning said in the article that broke the news out of CLNS Media. The signing rounds out a field of tryouts the team plans to hold in training camp, including Bruno Caboclo and Noah Vonleh, who have already been signed. The source also confirmed that Summer League standout Justin Jackson and main Celtics guard from this past season, Denzel Valentine, will join the team this preseason, as had been previously reported. The trio of signings will bring the team's offseason roster total to 19, one short of the limit, including 12 players signed to regular season deals, a pair of two-way players in J.D. Davison and Fiondu Kabengele, as well as Layman, Caboclo, Vonleh, Valentine, and Jackson. You do not see Matt Ryan on that list. That might change, but right now it's unexpected. It is not expected that he comes back to the Boston Celtics. Let's take a look here at our Celtics power forwards. This does not include Gallo because he's probably out for the year. Al Horford, Grant Williams, Sam Hauser. So the guys on the left side of your screen are all signed to one, I should say just, the team deals. The guys on the right side are all signed to training camp deals. Caboclo, Vonleh, and Layman all going to be competing for spots on this roster throughout training camp. Bobby Manning followed with this. The Celtics have asserted the market for possible replacements following Danilo Gallinari's ACL tear last month, but have remained patient as training camp looms. The team has 3 open roster spots available to offer internal and free agent options, along with a pair of trade exceptions worth $5.9 million and $6.9 million to absorb contracts in trade. So a very intriguing roster situation right now for the Celtics. They, of course, have 3 roster spots open, as Manning just mentioned. I think it's likely that either Caboclo, Vonleh, or Layman, one of those guys makes the team. I don't think 2 of them make it. I definitely don't think all 3 make it. But one of those guys might make this basketball team. Caboclo went off last season in Sao Paulo, Brazil, as part of the MBB, which is the Brazilian Professional League. Nearly 24 points per game, 11.1 rebounds per game, was a heck of a defender as well. 3.6 blocks per game, shot 63.6% from the floor. Very impressive stuff from Caboclo, a former first-round pick. And then you have Noah Vonleh, another former first-round pick. He went to Shanghai and played for the Shanghai Sharks. Here's what he did over there last season. 15 points per game, 9.9 rebounds per game, 2.3 assists per game, 1.5 blocks per game for Vonleh in Shanghai. So those are the 2 guys the Celtics signed a few weeks ago. I really like Bruno Caboclo. I think Caboclo has the best shot out of the 3 names we just mentioned to make this roster. I think Caboclo has the most upside. However, Vonleh and Layman also pretty solid gets when you're talking about guys that are competing for the 13th, 14th, and 15th spots on that bench. Who do you think is going to make the team? Pick one of these guys to make the team. Type BC for Bruno Caboclo. Type NV for Noah Vonleh, or type JL for Jake Layman. Let me know down in the comments section which one of those three do you think is going to make this team. I mean, all three have a legit shot, right? Because the Celtics have an intriguing roster situation right now. They have 3 roster spots available. And then you have Gallinari, who's out for the year. So I guess you could say 4 roster spots available. And then Gal is a power forward. All 3 of those guys can play the 4. So it'll be interesting to see what goes down. But I think one of those guys has a pretty good chance to make this team. Again, go down and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 13,000 subscribers. Go and help us out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get into this next piece of information because we do have an update on Carmelo Anthony. We, of course, have talked about Melo to the Celtics a lot. The possibility of Carmelo coming to Boston. We've seen him linked to Boston. In fact, Scoop B. Robinson reported, again, not Woj, it's Scoop B. Robinson, but still reported that the Celtics had interest in Melo. However, Brian Robb of MassLive, who's very well connected in Boston, is reporting this. The Carmelo Anthony buzz was a hot topic this week after the rumors started swirling about the Celtics' interest in him last week. However, multiple league sources tell MassLive that the Celtics are not expected to have interest in bringing in the veteran for a signing ahead of training camp. That's not to say the team is done shaping the roster ahead of the preseason, but Anthony isn't a priority at this point at names that could be brought in. Boston likes a lot of their internal replacement options from what I've heard and want to give those names the first crack at minutes. What is your one-word reaction to this report that the Celtics are unlikely to bring in Carmelo Anthony? Go down in the comments section. Let me know what's your one-word reaction. I'm a little bit disappointed. That'd be my one word. But they must feel really good about Sam Hauser if they do not want to go out and sign Melo or somebody else to sign Danilo Gallinari. So they must feel good about Sam Hauser, who played some last season in Boston. We'll see what goes down. I still want Carmelo Anthony. I still think it's possible that they sign Melo, but they feel really good about Hauser, who played his rookie season in Boston last season, was elevated to the active roster after he'd played really well for the Maine Celtics. Thanks for watching this edition of Boston Celtics Today. If you haven't already, go down, subscribe to the channel, and like the video if you like the signing of Jake Layman.